Hello again, everyone, and welcome back to our extraordinary journey. Whoa, stay back. Did you see that? That was an incredibly close call. Easily the heart-stopping highlight of the day so far. I almost tipped right over the edge and fell straight into the infinite abyss before we even got started. My heart is still pounding against my ribs. But in this world, we don't have time for fear. We have to keep moving. So, here we are, pushing forward into our 6th consecutive day of the ultimate survival test, living on a single, solitary block suspended in the middle of absolutely nowhere. As you can see in the background, I am back to the relentless, rhythmic grind that defines our existence here. I'm swinging my tool with everything I've got, breaking that central block over and over again, curious and a bit anxious to see what the universe is going to hand us next. It's a strange life, isn't it? Just me, a pickaxe, and the void. While I continue this manual labor, let me catch you up on the sheer, unadulterated chaos that's been unfolding behind the scenes during this episode. I've been digging non-stop, hour after hour, until my arms felt like lead. I've been gathering every single scrap of resource, every splinter of wood, and every handful of precious dirt I can find. Eventually, all that hard work paid off, but maybe a little too well. I managed to spawn so many animals that this tiny speck of land turned into a complete, overcrowded zoo. It got so incredibly cramped that I literally couldn't move an inch or place a single block without bumping into a cow, a sheep, or a confused-looking pig. It was a logistical nightmare. I eventually had to clear some of them out just so I could breathe and continue building. But the island seems to have a mind of its own, a stubborn streak, you might say. As soon as I cleared some space, they just started spawning back in like crazy, as if they were determined to reclaim the land. To handle this explosive population growth, I realized I couldn't just keep digging. I needed to become an architect. I decided it was finally time for some serious urban planning. I've started expanding the island in 4 different cardinal directions from the central starting block, trying to create separate zones for different activities. I've been building these narrow, precarious pathways to connect the new sections, which you'll see unfolding as the video progresses. But let's be honest, the animal situation is still a total disaster zone. Right now, I lack a proper pen, a stable, or even a basic fence to keep them organized. But believe me, that is at the very top of my priority list for the next building phase. We need a real system, a dedicated, safe ranch where they can live without the constant threat of falling into the abyss. I want to be able to feed them, breed them, and actually use them for resources, instead of just dodging them like obstacles. In a parkour course, it's a work in progress, but we'll get there. We are standing on the very edge of a monumental breakthrough right now, and I can practically feel the electricity in the air. If you look closely at the top of the screen, you can see that progress bar filling up steadily, block by painful block. Each swing of my tool, each broken piece of earth, brings us one step closer to the next phase of our evolution. Once that pink bar finally hits 100%, we are officially moving to the next level of the island. This is a massive milestone for our survival journey. In this one block world, leveling up isn't just a number, it's a total transformation of our reality. It means the island will start yielding entirely new materials, rarer ores, sturdier stone, and maybe even some magical items we haven't seen yet. But as we all know too well, progress usually comes with a heavy price. The difficulty level is about to spike significantly. Scarier, stronger, and much faster mobs are going to start appearing out of thin air, just like that nasty, armored zombie that tried to jump me earlier and end this entire series in a single blow. It's a constant trade-off between growth and survival. Now, let's shift our focus to the actual construction work I've been doing lately. Over on this side of the expansion, I'm putting the final, meticulous touches on a brand new platform. This isn't just more floor space. This is going to be our high-tech, highly efficient farm. My grand plan is to grow a massive variety of essential crops, carrots for trading, potatoes for a steady food supply, wheat for the animals, and maybe even some beets. We desperately need a reliable, sustainable food source if we're going to survive the long, cold, and dangerous nights on this block. I'm stretching the land as far as it will physically go. Even though I'm already running dangerously low on dirt blocks, I have to be incredibly precise. One wrong click and I waste resources I can't easily replace. Next on the engineering agenda is fluid dynamics. I need to set up a perfect, infinite water source so we can irrigate these fields and maximize our harvest. Without water, this whole plan fails, and we simply cannot afford to starve at this stage of the game. I'm also constantly praying for coal or iron to appear. It's getting darker out here every minute, and the last thing I want is a creeper spawning in the shadows behind me and ending this entire world in a flash of light. Looking even further into the future, I have big dreams of automating this entire agricultural sector using villagers as my workforce. I just need to figure out the logistics of getting them here safely. Maybe I can trap and cure a zombie villager? It's a risky plan, but it might be our only shot at true automation and greatness. Stick around, keep your eyes on that progress bar, and let's see if we can turn this tiny speck of dust into a massive, thriving floating empire. It's time to get back to the grind and see what the very next block holds for us. Welcome back to our survival journey. Everyone, I am so glad you could join me today because we are standing right on the edge of something truly massive. If you take a look at the very top of your screen, you can see that the progress bar is tantalizingly close to the end. We are sitting at exactly 99%. Can you believe it? Just one single percent. Maybe just a few more blocks to break, and this entire world is going to transform before our eyes. I've been digging at this central block for what feels like an absolute eternity, and honestly, the suspense is starting to get to me. My mind is racing with possibilities. What kind of biome are we going to unlock next? Will we find ourselves in a frozen, snowy wasteland, a thick and lush tropical jungle, or perhaps something far more sinister and dangerous like a dark forest or a desert filled with husks? While we wait for those final few blocks to trigger the transition, let's take a look at the current state of our floating home. To be perfectly honest, it has become a bit of a chaotic disaster zone lately. Animals are spawning left, right, and center, and managing this tiny bit of space is becoming a full-time job in itself. Oh, look at that. Did you see it? Another sheep just slid right off the edge and vanished into the infinite void. It's honestly so frustrating to watch them just walk off like they have nowhere else to go. I want to save them, truly I do, but without the proper resources to craft fences or walls, I am basically powerless to stop their tragic plunges. Every time I turn my back to focus on digging, I hear that familiar sound of another animal hitting the abyss. However, my biggest problem right now isn't just the clumsy livestock, it's the severe lack of essential materials. Specifically, I am on a desperate, high-stakes hunt for iron. I have been swinging my tools non-stop, hoping to see that beautiful, metallic flash of iron ore, but so far, Lady Luck has been hiding from me. I need that iron for everything, for stronger tools that won't break every 5 minutes, for buckets to move water, and eventually, for the heavy machinery of automation. If the game doesn't give me some iron in this next phase, our progress is going to hit a brick wall. I am also running dangerously low on wood and basic building blocks. Every single placement is a calculation now. I have to be incredibly careful because one wasted block or one accidental drop could mean hours of extra grinding. But I suppose that is why we love this challenge, right? The stakes couldn't be higher when you're living on a single block with nothing but empty space beneath your feet. Let's keep our fingers crossed and hope the universe is kind to us in the next level. Now that the expansion is officially underway, I need to shift my focus towards serious engineering and base infrastructure. To build our future empire, I've started crafting a large supply of slabs. In a world with limited resources, slabs are an absolute lifesaver. They allow me to double the surface area of my platforms while using the same amount of raw material. It's all about efficiency when you're literally building land out of thin air. I am currently extending these walkways in all four cardinal directions, trying to establish a clean, organized layout before the chaos of the next level truly begins. My primary goal with these new paths is to finally deal with the animal crisis. I need to move all of these cows, sheep, and pigs far away from my main work area. I'm building a dedicated floating pasture where they can graze in peace without constantly bumping into me. It's a terrifying balancing act. Every time I crouch over the edge to place a block, my heart skips a beat. One tiny slip, and it's game over for everything I've built. But it's not just about space, it's about food. I've saved up some precious seeds and dirt. So my next major project is a sustainable garden. I need to get water to the crops soon, so I'm praying for iron to craft a bucket. The bar is almost at 100%, and I am ready for whatever challenges come next. All right, everyone, that's going to wrap it up for today's episode. We've made some incredible progress, and I can't wait to see what the next phase has in store for us. Thank you all so much for watching and for staying with me on this journey. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Take care, stay safe, and I'll see you all in the next episode. Goodbye for now.